close your eyes.
Yoon opened the door and took her jewelry off from her hands and ear. She noticed Jungkook entering from the mirror. He walked towards the closet and put his clothes inside. Yoon noticed how unbothered he was. She bit her tongue. She turned around as she saw him leaving the room. Once more, if you are going to play this way, then I am master of this game, she said and walked towards the door. As Jungkook was about to enter the room, she shut the door on his face. She heard him cursing. She can imagine how he scrunched his nose every time. What the hell I am thinking, she thought, and locked the door. Hey Yoon, open the door. No, I choose this room and you can sleep anywhere else. Yoon, don't play with me, I'm already tired. Sleep on the couch then. Yoon, open the damn door. Keep screaming, she said and moved towards the bathroom. She heard him banging on the door, but it soon ended. Jungkook walked back to the lounge and dropped himself on the sofa. God, this girl is still stubborn, he said as he slowly lay down on the sofa. He was too tired to even think about where he drifted to sleep. Jungkook woke up from his sleep when he heard a shattered glass sound coming from the kitchen. He didn't recall taking his blanket, but he groaned and rubbed his eyes as he glanced around. He put on his slippers and went to the kitchen but froze in his place. He didn't freeze because Yoon was standing there preparing breakfast. Rather, he froze because Yoon was wearing his shirt, which ended at her mid-thigh. Jungkook gulped and came to his senses when Yoon turned around. Oh, hi, hubby. Want breakfast? She spoke in a fake lovely voice, but the words don't feel at all pleasant. Rather, they sound venomous. Why the hell are you wearing my shirt? Jungkook tried on not to get distracted by her as she walked towards him and stand close to him, playing with his shirt button. You forgot, honey, you didn't bring me luggage and I don't have anything to wear, so when my hubby clothes are available. For a second he forgets that he hates her. For a second he wants all of the things to be normal. Fine, he said, not knowing why did he agree, and walked out of the house because her luggage is still in his car. Yoon grinned. Her plan successfully worked. Jungkook came back with her luggage. Where is my breakfast? Oh, my hubby wants me to make him breakfast. Stop with this cringe acting, Yoon, he said this time seriously, and Yoon saw how his face changed into a cold one. Take this luggage to my room and get a shower first, you stink, she said with the same cold tone and turned around. Jungkook clenched his jaw as he gave you a last glance, you wearing his shirt, and then sighed, moving towards their room. Jungkook came back after taking a shower and saw Yoon sipping on her coffee. She is now wearing her school uniform. Yes, they had to go to school today and no rest, he sighed. I think I am going to make my own breakfast. He walked towards the kitchen but saw his breakfast on the table. Is this your breakfast? He asked, and Yoon still didn't look at him. No, I made your breakfast too. Jungkook looked at her shocked. Okay, he didn't expect this. He saw Yoon using her mobile. He took his backpack and walked out of the home. Yoon followed him behind as he opened the car door. Where are you coming? He asked as he saw Yoon was about to open the car door. We are going to the university. I'm going to university. You are not coming with me. Why? I don't want people to see me with you. Forget this marriage is first. I didn't forget it, but how will I go to university? How do you go before? From the bus, she said, confused. Why is he asking it? Right. Now you are going to take the bus again. But he closed the door and drove away from there. Jungkook, she yelled angrily and started walking towards the bus direction. Yoon, why were you not coming from 2 days? I was not feeling well. You didn't pick up my calls too. James, we are going to get late for class, she said tiredly and took his hand to move along with him more quickly. They made their way to class. She slowed down when her eyes fell on Jungkook and Amber coming towards their direction. Jungkook and Yoon eyes locked for a second when you notice his eyes moving from your face to your and James' hand which you are holding. You saw how his expression hardened a little and he looked away. Amber turned around as they walked away from you and winked and gave you a wink, as you could see how she was locking her arm with his. Do things ever change between you? Yun was laying on the sofa in the lounge. She made her assignment before and now she is resting for a while. She heard footsteps and opened her eyes. Where are you going? She asked. It was already 10 p.m. And where is going now? And why do I tell you? He asked and Yun furrowed her eyebrows. She was just asking. Why did she even asking? She thought. I was just asking. You are no one to ask me anything, Yun. He said as he stand close to her glaring at her. I'm your wife. No, you are not. We got married because of our parents forced us. He spat angrily and Yun kept quiet. She wanted to say many things but she stopped. But what is there more to argue? He is right. I'm no one to ask him. I should mind my own business, right? Jungkook waited for her to say something but she didn't, so he just left from there. Yun sat back on her couch. You are insane if you even think that this marriage will bring any change. Jungkook returned home at 1 p.m. He just wanted to get out of the house because he got bored even though Yun lived in the same house. He lost it, despite how things going. He knows that when Yun doesn't respond to him, it means that his words have affected her. Firstly, he shouldn't be feeling guilty at all. She should feel bad, he reminded himself mentally, but he knows his heart wouldn't agree. It's still the same even after so many years. He used the house keys to enter and noticed the lights were off. He thought that Yun must be sleeping by now, so he moved towards the shared bedroom and found her sleeping on the bed. He took his clothes out of his closet and moved to another room. Now he's going to choose another room in his own house. She woke up from the alarm and go to the bathroom, getting freshened. She moved towards the kitchen to make herself breakfast. Jungkook walked into the kitchen and saw Yun making breakfast and sat on the chair, expecting breakfast like yesterday. But Yun just sat on the chair. But what surprised him, she didn't even spare a glance at him. He opened his mouth to speak something but didn't know what to say. You didn't make breakfast for me? Yun finally looked up, her expression blank. He stilled for a second but he is quite used to it. Who are you? Do I know you? She asked deadpan. So he didn't reply in response, knowing there is no use. He stand up and make egg and toast for himself. He was pouring the boiled water in cup for coffee when the toaster dinged and he slightly flinched. The boiled water accidentally dropped into his hand and he hissed in pain. Yun snapped her head in his direction when he hissed. What the hell? She said annoyed and walked towards him. Yun took him towards the sink and opened the tap. Jungkook looked at her surprised at how fast she helped him. Now what are you waiting for, some magic? Put your hand under water, she said, and he finally put his hand in water, leaving a red mark behind. Just one work and can't do it without hurting himself, she muttered as she slammed the first aid kit on the counter. Jungkook quietly sat down and applied the medicine to his hand. Yun served him breakfast and moved to her room. Jungkook finally sighed. Okay. As Jungkook dressed for school, he opened his room door and began to head out. But he stopped when he saw Yun opening the front door. He sighed and left for his school too. I don't care if she shows me this attitude. Amber, please stop talking so loudly. My head is already hurting. Hey, sit down right here, she said as they entered in the class. It was empty. The lecture will start in 15 minutes. Jungkook took a seat, rested his head against the wall, closed his eyes and inhaled deeply. He opened his eyes and he felt a hand on his temple. What are you doing? You said your head is hurting, so I thought it will help. Jungkook closed his eyes again. Yeah, his head is hurting like hell. What happened to you? Nothing. Should I buy coffee for you? Or tea? No, Amber, just keep quiet. Amber rolled her eyes and sat on his lap. Jungkook opened his eyes and looked at her, but before he can do anything, the door opened and Yun entered. She instantly froze in place as she entered. Amber got up from his lap and glared at Yun annoyingly. Yun, however, simply exited the room. Despite having the need to get up and tell her that things were not as they seemed, Jungkook froze in his place and continued to sit there instead. Yoon went out and felt a weird feeling. She doesn't understand why. He had a girlfriend before they get married, so why now? Or the feeling replaced by anger. I don't care, I have a boyfriend too. I hate you, Jungkook. It's 7 pm. Yoon was working on her assignment in the lounge. Jungkook was sitting there watching a match. She is tired of sitting in the room, so she got out of work. Lower the volume, I'm working on here. Go and sit somewhere else if you want to work. She didn't argue back. She was really not in the mood to speak to him. So she walked to the kitchen and sat there on the chair. After some time, her phone rings. Jungkook looked at her. Every move but pretend he is watching TV. Hello? What, really? Jungkook looked in her direction when he heard her laugh. Who is she talking to? Okay, I will come. He saw her smiling to herself and moving to her room and getting back when she got ready. Jungkook followed his eyebrow but stayed quiet. He moved out of the house, closing the door. Yoon came back home finally. Jungkook was sitting there on the sofa waiting for her. He shouldn't concern about it, right? But she didn't tell anything or pick up his calls. He was worried, but he won't accept it. Where are you coming from this late? He doesn't know why he asked her and concerned about her, right? And turned to look at him. She thought he must have slept by now. Who are you asking me that? She asked with a serious expression. Last time she remembered he was the one who said, you are no one. So why he is asking now? I was asking, look, let's keep things straight. Like you said, I was no one to you. We are forced to each other. So yeah, let's not interfere in each other's business. But you are coming late at night alone? I was with my boyfriend. She cut him off and Jungkook stopped and clenched his jaw. Didn't you just two met in the morning? Or he is dying that you had to go this late? I can go and meet him anytime. I don't need someone's permission. Don't act childish. Did you even look at the time? So what does it concern you? Or were you worried for me? She asked, folding her hands on her chest. I don't care what you do. I'm not worried for you. Exactly, I was telling you that. Let's not meddle in one another's personal affairs. I don't mind who you hang out with. She said and moved away from him. Jungkook grabbed her wrist and pulled her closer. You are jealous, right? Jealous that she was sitting on my lap? Think very highly of yourself? You can do whatever you want, for all I care. She spat and pushed him away by his chest. He stumbled back but caught her again before she go away. And this time he didn't just stop her, but smashed his lips on her. He had to admit he was worried. He was too worried that something might happen to her. And he was jealous. He's tired of all these hating things. He doesn't want to stay away from her, but he still hated her. He still hated the fact that she broke him. Yoon, on the other hand, was shocked. She was processing as he moved his lips. Her heart started beating faster as she felt his lips. She pushed him away this time with full force. Did he just kiss me? Yoon thought. Her heart beat faster. It was their first kiss to each other. Don't ever do that again. I hate you. I hate you too. Is that why you just kissed me? He asked and Jungkook was lost for words. Why did he do that? He doesn't know to. She moved away from him and slammed the door while Jungkook grabbed his own hair. Why did you do that, you idiot? You were supposed to hate her. He slumped on the sofa, feeling his heart beat faster. Four weeks have passed since their marriage, and after the kiss, they become more distant after that. They both kept quiet in each other's presence. But they know one thing. As they are staying in one house, they can't just ignore each other. There is something inside them that wants them to stay close. It was Sunday. Their parents had invited them to their house. Yoon and Jungkook entered inside the house. As they opened the door, Jungkook was attacked by a bomb. He fell back on his bed and Bomb started licking his face. Jungkook laughed and his parents looked at them laughing. Jungkook stood straight and Bomb moved towards you and stared at you in a smile. Is that Bomb? Yes. Yoon bent down and patted him lightly. You remember me, buddy? She asked and Bomb licked her hand. She giggled. The last time she remembered Bomb, he was so small and now he is the size of a wolf. She remembered how much Jungkook loved his dog. Come on, kids, come inside. They all moved inside the house. Both of the families gathered together after a long time. How your study going, kids? Uncle, it's going good. We just recently gave our mid exams. I know you're gonna top like you always do. Tutor him too, Yun. I know his grades are not too good. Dad, I don't need it. I can study by myself. Yes, I know how well. Don't worry, Dad. I will tutor him. I will tutor him. Jungkook looked at her with a raised eyebrow, but she didn't look in his direction. She needs to act all okay, all nice like their relationship is going well. And it's just for 2 more years, right? Then they will be free. Are you okay, honey? Her mother asked, as she saw her soon out while working in the kitchen. Yes, Mom. You're looking weak. Aren't you take care of yourself? No, Mom, it's not like that. You know, exams just drain all energy. I know, but look at yourself. Mom, I'm okay. Yan Jungkook is taking care of you, right? Yes, Mom. I must say he's a good kid. Yoon hummed and looked down. Good kid? He was a good kid when they were best friends, but now she don't even know what had he become. But sometimes she blames herself that he become like this. If she had not done that, maybe things would be different. Maybe she can go back to the past and correct everything. You both don't have any problem living alone, right? No, Dad. Good. If you need anything in your new house, just tell us. Okay, Dad. And come more often to meet us. We want to live with you, but you gift us a new house. I thought you do like it. I like it, Mom. Don't worry. He heard laughing sound and looked in the direction. He saw Yun playing with Bomb as he kept licking her. A smile appeared on his face annoyingly. Dad? Yes? Can I take Bomb with me? I missed him a lot. Then who will take care of him? I mean, you go to the university. Don't worry, Yun, and I will take care of him. If you want to take him, then don't worry, go on. I know he loves you a lot. Thank you, Dad. Wow, really? Are we taking him with us? Yes, I asked from Dad and he said yes. That's good. He noticed how she smiled after so long. Last time he don't remember when he saw her smiling. Even after seeing each other in university for more than 2 years, he never saw her smiling like that. Whenever they crossed paths, they bicker or insult each other boyfriend and girlfriend. They were driving back home. His phone rang and he picked it up without looking at the number. Cookie, where are you these days? I'm missing you. His phone was on the speaker. His smile faded away and Jungkook turned the speaker off and put it on his ear. I can't talk to you, I'm driving. Okay, I'll bye. He said and hung up the call. He glanced at Yoon and she was looking outside. Yoon opened the door with the keys. She walked inside but froze when she saw Amber there with Jungkook. They were sitting on the sofa. Amber's hand was on his thigh, but he was unbothered and kept using his mobile. Yoon? Jungkook looked up finally and stood up from the sofa. What are you doing here? Exactly, that's what I wanted to ask. What are you doing at my boyfriend's house? Amber, you remember I told you that we had a project together? But it was 2 months ago. Yes, but the teacher assigned us another project. So she is here to work with me. Oh, okay. Amber, I think you should leave now. Why, Cookie? Because you had to work. Then what will you do here, huh? You will get bored. Oh, okay. Anyway, I had to go shopping. So I will meet you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. She said and kissed her cheeks. Jungkook's eyes automatically fell on Yoon. He saw her expression didn't change a bit. These things don't affect her. But I'm even thinking, she's still the same Yoon who doesn't care about your feeling. I should hate her, right? But why do all the time I look at her, I want to hold her? Amber walked out of the house and Yoon finally looked at him. Let's add one more rule. We are not going to invite any of our friends into this house, and it will include your girlfriend too. I didn't invite her, I don't care why she came here. Let's keep our personal relationship out of this house. I don't want anyone to know about us. Jungkook joked. She is behaving like she is the victim here. He walked towards her and stand close to her. Yoon breath hissed. You think I'm dying to tell them that you are my so-called wife? Believe me, I hate you as much as you do. Just 2 years and I will never see your face ever again. Right, so we should keep our distance from each other. And besides, I don't want my boyfriend to get to know about you either. Yoon said, emphasizing the word boyfriend. She felt hurt how easily he just said those words. How he kept reminding her their marriage don't mean anything. Jungkook scowls and looked at her. Still the same Yoon I remember. Always think about herself. And you are still nerdy, who think the world revolves around him? Yun said and was fast to move and Jungkook clenched his jaw and grabbed her fist tightly. She winced in pain. No, you know that nerdy died. And you know because of whom? You. You are the cause of his death. Because of you, I have become like this. Jungkook, let go. You are hurting me. Hurting you? And what about the time you hurt me? You are still stuck on the past, Yoon. We were kids back then. Blame it all on being kids. Yeah, I know we were kids. But did you forget that kids have feeling too? It was not my fault, Jungkook. I didn't know they will do something like this. No, no, no. You know it all. You knew it all the things about them, yet you only think about yourself. Jungkook, I stare up as he recalls all the things from the past. He wants to bury the past. He wants his past to never exist. Your eyes softened. Jungkook loosened his grip on her hand and looked away. Jungkook, she called out softly, knowing how the past still affected him. She moved towards him, placing her hand on his shoulder, but he yanked it. Go away. No, Jungkook, listen. I said go away. He shouted and Yoon gulped down the tears and simply walked away from there. Jungkook grabbed his hair, kneeling down, trying to stop the voices in his head, but they kept haunting him no matter how much he tried to overcome them. He said he is okay, but his past will haunt him. Tears rolled down his cheeks. I will never forgive you, Yoon. I hate you so much.